Hey everyone, I trust that everybody is staying on the upside. I'm going to give this live a try. I do have my PDD acoustics set up and got them mic'd up. And I thought that I would, heck, while I was into it, just try this live and see how it goes. You know, this doesn't really turn out to be as popular as much on YouTube as it actually is on Facebook, but I usually put it on YouTube first and then take it on over to Facebook, because if I actually do it live on Facebook, but before I get through with the song, they've already blocked me. They are on top of it on that. And you usually get blocked, and so usually on YouTube I'm kind of successful with getting it on live with a lot of struggle. These things are not easy with the service that I have and also the setup. So it sounds like the right thing would be to do is to do a live. Now I'm going to do a someone today that maybe a lot of you haven't even heard of. And I like to pull some of the odd ones out, or those that maybe it was a one-hit wonder, or was popular at a particular time. The guy would have been probably in the mid 80s to the mid 90s would be the era time, I think. I'm not sure. I should have done some homework, but I never liked it when I was in school, so why start now, right? Okay. But I do have the PDD set up, mic'd. Hopefully they are pretty close. I don't know. You know, I did do a little recording just to see if it was recording, but come on, everybody. When we hit record, does it ever turn out right? But anyways, I'm going to do this live today, and maybe a lot of you are not familiar with this guy. I remember I bought a greatest hits album of him probably back in the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know, guys. It's been a long time ago. But I remember his greatest hits. There were several songs on it that I absolutely back in that time loved. I listen to them now, and it takes me back to that time. You know, I've done a few little recordings on here of songs that tell a story. But really, all songs tells some kind of a story. Okay? And these, if maybe I bring some memories as they come to me, I will share them with you and hopefully not get in too much trouble. But let's get into this. Today I'm going to do a live Johnny Lee. How many remembers Johnny Lee? Gilley's Bar and Grill. I know that he actually sung there some. Mickey Gilley was the one, I believe, that started this. And I know Johnny Lee was there several times, and I think he was married to that blonde that was on Dallas. I'm not sure about that. Guys, a lot of years has passed, and for some reason or another, he came up with that song, Looking for Love, and All the Wrong Places, and perhaps we will share that today. I think that's on his greatest hit album here. But there's several that takes me back to that time. My snare was just rattling, and my snare was actually broke. Have you ever had those things to pull loose from where they soldered? Well, I did, and I just whacked it in two and just loosened one of my lugs and mounted it to that, and hopefully it will work. It kind of makes a sizzle racket, and it makes another racket that I hope that it don't pick up. But anyways, let's get started with this. Johnny Lee. and I'm going to do some covers, and we will do some talking. Let's do it. All righty. Okay, we about got through that without crippling it up too bad. But anyways, you got to admit, that's pretty cool music. I mean, I think so. How about you? I guess it's one of those bands you either like or you don't. And I enjoy his songs. I always have. And I guess I always will. But, the glory about music is, thank God there's all kinds of it. You've got country, you've got rock, you've got jazz, you've got folk, blues. I mean, Christian of all kinds, Christian contemporary, praise and worship. You have gospel, Southern gospel. It's, thank God for all of the different type music that is out there. Because, I think he knew that we all had a different, well, in fact, I do know that he knows, because how I know is he is the creator of all, or at least that's the way that I believe. You believe the way you believe, I reckon. But, I reckon we've given that freedom too, just like we are given a freedom to listen to, if it's country, I like country. I know folk that don't, though. And it's either for you or not, and I don't think all country actually is about, you and your wife getting in a fight, you coming home drunk, and you and your wife gets in a fight, she throws you out and takes your pickup truck and your dog too. All of them's not like that. A lot of them tell a very deep story a lot of times. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that much of it. And I'm going to pick out another one here. And, when I listen to Johnny Lee's music, I think of rolling the windows down in my old pickup truck, and my old 70s pickup truck, say. No more than early 80s, but rolling the windows down, turning that AC on, Anyways, and letting the wind blow through your hair in the old pickup truck, cruising down the road, letting some Johnny Lee blare out, or some Hank, or some Clint Black, or, somebody like that. But anyways, let's see if we can find another one.
Picking up strangers, let me tell you about the dangers. You never know what they're out to get from you. You never know what they're gonna try to do. Picking up strangers, let me tell you about the dangers. Some are just common thieves, they say. The next thing you know, one will steal your heart away. Sometimes this soul life, it seems like a highway, and it keeps rolling on and on. And on that highway, you meet a lot of strangers, you pass a lot of dangers on your way home. Picking up strangers, let me tell you about the dangers. If you don't like taking chances, then you better keep moving on, my friend. Picking up strangers, let me tell you about the dangers. Some are just common thieves, they say. Next thing you know, one will steal your heart away. Let me tell you about the dangers. You never know what they're out to get from you. You never know what they're gonna try to do. Picking up strangers, let me tell you about the dangers. Some are just common thieves, they say. Next thing you know, one will steal your heart.
Alrighty. I guess that would be the pickup truck song, riding down the road, cruising. And, back in the day, though, you could pick up a stranger and make it home for supper. Just saying. Nowadays, though, unless I absolutely know them, and around here anymore, I don't know nobody. They're all foreigners that come from somewhere else. But anyway, but back in the day, you know, you knew old Johnny walking down the road, you know. Actually, there used to be a guy that I used to pick up. I feel to tell this little story off of talking about strangers. There was this guy. He lived in a little wooded area, and he didn't have a license or anything such as that. He actually spent some time in prison. He got sent to prison for supposedly killing someone. But the truth was, he was not the one that done it. And he was a good-hearted feller, but you didn't mess with him. He was one of them guys. If you were nice to him, he would literally give the shirt off your back. He would give the last dime he had unless he hadn't bought his beer yet. Okay? So he would get out and he'd walk up to the beer store. I went to a junkyard just a little ways from the beer store. I mean, probably less than a mile. And I would see him walking several times, and I know my dad knew him, and they called him Cowboy. And they said, well, there goes old Cowboy. And I started picking him up and taking him home. It's a little bit out of my way, but, you know, he turned out to be a good feller. I wouldn't want to got in a fight with him. I know we were in town one night cruising, and there was Pooh Hall was just above a little hangout place that we hung out at back in the day, and he was in there shooting some pool, and he had got a little drunk, and some foreigners come in and started picking on him. Somebody had said that nobody could whoop him. And, you know, when it's like that, somebody's going to come in and think, hey, I can whoop you. So they started the trouble, okay? And Cowboy, in a few minutes, cleared the whole Pooh Hall. And about that time, we got a few drag races in because we knew where they were at that time. They were arresting Cowboy. It took about 5 of them, but they finally got him handcuffed. And then a few minutes, literally, he broke the cuffs and said, let me finish my game, and I come on up there. And one of the new guys that worked for the police at the time started to get rough with me, and a guy that had been there like for several years said, oh, wait a minute. He said, let me take care of Cowboy here. So he told Cowboy, he said, all right, Cowboys, finish your game and come on up there. If you're not up here within 30 minutes, he says, I'm going to have to figure out some way of getting you there. And he said, I don't particularly want to do that, so just come on up there. So Cowboy went back in and finished his pool game. When he finished, he walked on up to the police office was just, I don't know, not too far away. I mean, just a few blocks away. And he went to jail. But, so, you know, you didn't mess with him. But if he likes you, he would give his last penny to you. He was one of those. And I never had no trouble with him. I would pick him out. I would pick him up and from the either going or coming from the beer joint, and never had no trouble. And it got to where that if he was coming down my way, I lived down below him a few miles, and he would stop in the shop there, and he'd chat a little while. In a few minutes, he'd go on up the road. And if I wasn't too busy in the shop, I would give him a ride home even. So, you know, but nowadays, I don't know. I would be afraid to pick up strangers. Of all the evil that we have present today, I mean, how about you? I would be afraid to do that. But anyway, I don't know what got me on that one. Let's do another one. And I'm getting into some of these songs that, let's try this one.
You took a chance on him. He broke your heart and left you crying. You lost your will to love again. You ain't even trying. All you need is someone who will love you tenderly. Well, here I am, so take my hand and bet your heart on me. You can bet your heart on me. Honey, you can be a winner. Forget about the last time out. You were just a beginner. Don't be afraid, 'cause you got it made if you just let it be. Lay your love down one more time. Bet your heart on me. Love is more than just a game. That's why it hurts so much to lose it. But I've got something for the pain, so why don't you use it? Lucky stars are shining, shining so you can believe that my love is a sure thing, girl. So bet your heart on me. Bet your heart on me. Honey, you can be a winner. Forget about the last time out. You were just a beginner. Don't be afraid, 'cause you got it made if you just let it be. Lay your love down one more time. Bet your heart on me. You can bet your heart on me. Honey, you can be a winner. Forget about the last time out. You were just a beginner. Don't be afraid, 'cause you got it made if you just let it be.
Bet your heart on me. Now, that might have been a courting song back in the day. You know, would this come up, you know. Anyways, you know, I really like these. I mean, it really takes me back, guys. Probably in the late 80s. And I think I'm fixing to do one that I remember meeting someone, let's say it like that, and trying to stay out of as much trouble as I can. Keep in mind, I was young, single, and it was a different time, okay? And so I'd worked in this grocery store, and I had met this girl, and we were talking, and we even talked about maybe getting a meal after work or something. And but we weren't supposed to see one another because we worked together at this grocery store. But you know, I look at it like this. What I do in my time is my time. They no longer have no control of my life. There is nobody going to control my time when it's my time. Now, if I'm punching the clock, I belong to them until I punch out, okay? And I remember going out with this girl some, and we even got called to the office. No, we might have been over in some corner or talking or something, and they didn't like that. But I get that part. I get that while I was at that job, I couldn't get my personal life involved. But my personal life was my personal, and I still stand for that today. You know, I always have, always will. You're not going to tell me how to live my life once I clock out or if I'm not at work. That ain't going to work, never have. Didn't work much while I was working because me and a couple other people pretty well run the store anyway. So, you know, don't mess with me too much. I was doing my work plus that guy's, and that guy's work, you know. Not bragging, I was just a hard worker. when I had good health, when I didn't have health issues, and I still try. But for some reason, as you get older, you don't achieve as much as you did. Excuse me. As you did when you were younger. So enjoy it. You're living your best life. Enjoy it. Okay. This, I remember this song was playing, and every time that I hear this song, it takes me back to that one particular. We hadn't really went out or anything, and it always takes me back. And unfortunately, she actually passed, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. So, although she married somebody else, I did, and it was a thing then, and. But anyways, let's do another one. 1 in a Million.
Sometimes it seems the world's a jungle. Through it all I was born to stumble, searching for something I never would find. I take your love in bits and pieces, coming to you only when it eases that lonely feeling that gets in my mind. And you treat me so kind when those hard times come a dime a dozen. Girls with your kind of loving come 1 in a million. They're so hard to find. And those hard times come a dime a dozen. Girls with your kind of loving come 1 in a million. I'm lucky. I know your friends don't think much of me. They say you're a fool to love me, but girl, I know they'll never turn you around. You're bound to love your hard luck poet. When I let you down, you don't show it. You know it don't matter. They can't touch what we found. When the sun goes down and those hard times come a dime a dozen. The girls with your kind of loving come 1 in a million. They're so hard to find. And those hard times come a dime a dozen. The girls with your kind of loving come 1 in a million. I'm lucky.
Yep, that was the one. 1 in a million. My God. That's been a lot of years it's passed. And it's amazing. Years and years later, you can still hear that song, and it actually takes you back to a special time within your life. It is almost like you relive it. That one kind of got me. As I've already told the story on. But it does. It's amazing what music does. That when it sets, that moment. I just done one by Our Supply for my wife on our anniversary. And I can listen to that song. And it is. Every mile that we traveled, or the spot that we were traveling in, when that song came on, it's as if I relive it. how about you? Do you listen to certain songs and it takes you back to a time in life that was real special to you? And unfortunately, some songs bring up bad times as well. But I like the good ones. How about you? I like those songs that takes you back at a particular time and allows you to, as if, relive it. Amazing what music does, isn't it, guys? I'm going to do one more, and I feel to get off of here. This one I'm going to close with because I find it true a lot of times that when we are looking for, like, now, most of us, it's my age, we married, and, that isn't an issue anymore. But for someone that may have got married and it failed, and you've never really been able to find love in the right place. I had a good old preacher one time to tell me that you might be looking in the wrong place. And automatically that takes me back to this song by Johnny Lee, looking for love in all the wrong places. And we do that. We look in all the wrong places for that special one. And luckily, by chance or miracle, that sometimes they actually show up. And you actually meet that person, even though you were looking for love in the wrong places or the wrong way. My gosh, how many times have we messed up by just, looking for it in the wrong way? What I think impressed back when I was younger, what I think impressed someone wasn't that at all. I want to tell this before I go to the closing song, looking for love in all the wrong places, is, I remember I was in high school and there was this little blonde-headed girl that, oh my goodness, and I knew we actually, we took her home some because she didn't like riding the bus, and it was just out from the high school. And so me and this other fellow was obviously in a little competition there. He had a 69 Camaro, already had one up on me. As far as me thinking, it was, I think it had like a 350 or 400 engine with 4-speed. And mine was a 69 Chevelle. It had a 327 that was, had a few little goodies in it. It had a pretty good lick with a 4-speed. So I was going to impress her. So the shifter wasn't very good in my Chevelle. And if you wasn't careful, it'd cross up between two gears. So I thought, well, I'm going to get on it and really impress her. So I took out, whoa, come to grab second gear, and it crossed up, and they were parts. She started dancing and dodging transmission parts. And, well, there I was with the busted transmission. And I noticed as she went on into the house, she kind of looked back and sniggered a little bit. And, oh, well, wasn't really the right way of trying to impress anybody, I guess. I thought it was until the transmission went in 40 million different pieces. But, we looked for love in all the wrong places back when we was. And we look back now and we realize that, like, really? And, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Some of these songs really took me back, and I don't feel to drag it out all day. So, let's do this one, and we will go out on this one. Guys, have a good one, and stay on the upside.
I spent a lifetime looking for you. Single bars and good time lovers, never true. Playing a fool's game, hoping to win, and telling those sweet lies and losing again. I did everything I could to get me through the night. Don't know where it started or where it might end. I turned to a stranger just like a friend.